It's 12:15. Yes, we're on time this week. It's 12:15. It's Friday, so it's time for another one of our Weather Studio Lives. This week, I'm joined by the wonderful
Honor Criswick.
And yes, I'm Alex Burkhill, meteorologist and presenter here at the Met Office. Honor, thank you for joining me this week. I've actually missed you.
Have you?
I have missed you. I know we've seen you. I've been around in the office, but I've been doing many lives over the summer, and I've been with Aidan, I've been with Alex.
And they're just not as good.
It's not the same.
Not as good.
It's not the same.
We always have good fun, don't we?
We always do have good fun. But speaking of good fun, the thumbnail which you may have seen for the Weather Studio Live, which we'll get up just now, we had a bit of fun taking that thumbnail. Great.
No. You had fun. My ear felt funny for the rest of the day after that because I thought we were just going to do it for a second. It must have been on for at least 60 seconds.
We had to get the best shot. There was no point doing it and then just having a less than good shot. But you'll be glad to hear I've got the hairdryer here, ready to use. So if you get any questions wrong in the quiz later, I'm going to blast you with some hot air. So yes, we will have the quiz. Your hair looks lovely today.
Yeah, I know. Don't ruin it.
We should do it every week. As always, we will have a quiz later. The theme, loose theme, because I got a little distracted, is summer. The summer that's been, but I'd say only about 3 out of 5 of the questions are to do with that theme. But otherwise, lots of talk, because I think the main thing that people are well aware of is that it's turned much more unsettled. And there's some pretty unsettled weather to come as we go through this week. But what have you been up to this week?
Well, we had Bank Holiday Monday, didn't we? So we've had a shorter week. Straight back to it because I was on holiday last week.
You were away. Did you have a nice holiday?
I did. I've come back with a very nice tan.
Looking lovely,
Thank
as always.
you. I came back very relaxed, and then Tuesday was a really busy day, filming Deep Dive. It's always a slightly busy day, wasn't it? So now I don't feel relaxed at all.
And especially because there's some real weather for us to be talking about as well.
Yes, we've had a couple of warnings this week, some rainfall warnings across southern parts of England and Wales. So, yeah, it was a busy one this week.
Oh, great. Well, let's start off looking at some of the questions that we've been sent in. And one of the questions came in from Kenny Crozier. And they asked, will there be rain in North Yorkshire to please help with the Moors fires? Now, there is some wet weather coming through. We've had lots of showers, and there's more showers to come this weekend. Also, a band of rain. Now, Honor, when she goes over to the screen, we'll talk about this in a second. But it's an interesting thing that you raise, because, yes, that band of rain will reach the North York Moors, and so that will help. But it's also worth highlighting that it's not that often that most people have been crying out for rain. And I asked a question on our Instagram stories the other day as to whether or not more people are happy with the fact that we have more unsettled, wetter weather now, or if people wanted the dry weather to last. And the vast majority were saying we need the rain.
The grass is very yellow.
The grass is very yellow, and lots of places are in a drought. And now it's worth bearing in mind that whilst we have had some wet weather, there's more unsettled weather to come. It's probably not going to be enough to really ease the ongoing drought problems across some parts of the UK, particularly across some parts of England, eastern England especially. You mentioned the North York Moors. Now, we really do need more wet weather as we go through autumn, as we go through winter, in order to help fill up the rivers, the reservoirs. Their levels are so low at the moment. And so we really need a substantial amount more rain to come through the next few months to help reduce the likelihood of any long-term impacts from the lack of rain. So thanks for asking that question. But yes, there is some rain coming through. Will help with the fires to some extent. It's not going to be enough at the moment for many of the droughts and such dry weather to ease.
No, but I mean, we've got plenty of rain on the cards over the weekend into next week. It still looks like it's going to be quite changeable even into the longer range. So hopefully a bit more rain on its way will help sort things out.
Now, a serious topic, from one serious topic to a less serious one. Gordon's asked, did you bake any cakes today, Honor?
I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't. I planned to. I got all the ingredients ready, but I went out last night, and when I got back, it was quite late and I was tired. I didn't make them, but I will next week.
So you baked for the other Alex?
Huh?
You baked for the other Alex?
Well, he almost came in today because he thought I was baking. Luckily he didn't, because he would have been very disappointed. I feel bad. I've done it since I said I was going to do it, I've done it every time I've been on the live, but last night I was too tired. And, you know, maybe someone should bake for me, Alex. How many times have you baked for me?
Not that many, but in my defence,
0 times.
My house is being renovated at the moment, and so I'm not sure you'd want brick dust in your brownies.
I like a bit of crunch.
So when the house is fully done, watch this. I used to bake a lot. I like baking.
I've heard the rumours.
Yeah. It's just at the moment, you probably wouldn't want to eat many things that come out of my kitchen. But
fair enough.
Right, a couple of questions that have been coming in from previous things. So obviously your deep dive was great on Tuesday, and one question that came in was, I'll shorten it from Weather Follower. I'll shorten it to, well, actually the start of the original question said, a few weeks ago, Alex B said something quite interesting. I thought that's important.
What video was that?
I do say things that are quite interesting. And the shortened version of the question is, do you think a change to the official storm season start could ever be made? Now, after I came out on the Weather Studio Live, even mentioned it on a deep dive, highlighting that May is kind of the quietest month when it comes to our storm naming seasons. I then posed it to the press office, and they weren't that keen at this stage. They took my advice and they listened to it, but I think we're going to stick with September for the time being. It does make sense in many ways, but I think this weekend goes to highlight why I think we should maybe consider it, because the other part of the question is asking whether or not, if we had a storm at the very end, say named at the end of August, but was still hitting through, say, Sunday into Monday, the 31st into the 1st, where would we be? Where would we name it? Which storm season
Someone would
it be?
have to make the big decision, wouldn't they?
Yeah, it would have to be a big question. So we've not had it yet, but obviously if the storm was coming on the 31st, then we would name it on the previous one. But it's a tricky one, the one that we need to think about. And we do need to factor in that there are other storm naming groups around Europe, so any changes that we made would need to make sure that we're all in line. Though I think some of them start their storm naming seasons earlier, because
we've got
one of them's on an A at the moment.
August in
exactly.
Europe.
So
I think that was Switzerland that named that one.
Yeah. So is that their new list or is that their old list? Like, I meant to check
it's
this.
A, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
anyway.
Don't know.
But on that topic, we do have some unsettled weather coming through. No, it's not quite a storm, but we do have some pretty unsettled weather coming through this weekend.
We do. Low pressure is very much dominating, and as we head into next week as well. Shall I go up to the board?
I think, let's go up to the board. Take us through. Lots of people have been asking about the unsettled weather that we can come through. I had a question. El Meerkat has asked whether or not we're going to have a warning. Eternal Sugar Cookies asked whether there's going to be a named storm. So do you want to take us through it?
Interesting. Well, we've had a couple of rain warnings this week across southern parts of England and Wales. The one that's currently out, I think, has just finished, hasn't it, across southern parts of England. But yes, it does look like it's going to be quite unsettled. There's definitely a change on the way. And the big question that everyone's actually asking is, does this mean that summer's over? And I suppose the answer is technically yes, because meteorological summer will actually finish this weekend. We do our seasonal forecasting every 3 months to help with our climate statistics. So meteorologically speaking, summer will end on Sunday and meteorological autumn will end on Monday. But astronomical summer will actually start on the 22nd of September. But it certainly felt quite autumnal this week, hasn't it, with all the showers and temperatures starting to return a bit more towards average for the time of year. And it's all due to this, low pressure largely dominating, and that is certainly the case this weekend. So low pressure sitting to the northwest of the country, that means it's going to be, wrong button. That means it's certainly going to be an unsettled start. Now, when you first wake up on Saturday, actually many areas of England and Wales, it's going to be quite dry, quite bright. There'll probably be some sunshine around, but don't let it fool you, because this area of low pressure will soon, through the course of the day, start to swing in more cloud, outbreaks of rain, and also some quite gusty winds as well. And it's likely we'll see some quite heavy downpours, and along with those gusty winds, it's certainly not going to be a pleasant start to the weekend, particularly if you compare it to last weekend. August bank holiday was lovely, sunshine pretty much for everyone. This weekend is pretty much the opposite. So heavy outbreaks of rain on Saturday, skirting their way eastward, some quite strong gusty winds, particularly across any exposed western areas. And even on Sunday, eventually we'll say goodbye to the frontal system, bringing those persistent outbreaks of rain, but it's still going to remain very blustery behind, low pressure still swirling around in parts of the west. And it'll eventually bring behind it some quite heavy and blustery showers. A good chance we could see some hail and thunder mixed in there as well. So an unsettled weekend, and even as we head into next week, there's still rain, showers and gusty winds on the cards. So it is certainly going to feel more like autumn. Now let's take a look at some of the detail. Rainfall, for example, is something we do need to keep an eye on, particularly as we head through Saturday, as that main system starts to push its way through. But obviously, as Alex was saying, many areas are still in drought conditions, so this is very welcome rain, particularly after quite a dry and warm summer. But we can see here, these are our 3-hour rainfall totals as we head towards Saturday, and it's mainly picking up western areas that's going to see the bulk of those heavy and persistent outbreaks of rain. As that rain pushes up across high ground, that's where we can possibly see some quite heavy bursts. But across the country, 10 to 20 millimetres of rain is definitely on the cards. But in these western spots, we might just start to push up to kind of 30 to 40 millimetres, particularly across those upslope regions. So this band of rain will bring persistent downpours across the country. What we need to start wetting up the very dry ground. And then once that system moves through, the rain will be a bit more dotted around along with the showers. So this isn't necessarily picking up exactly where the showers are going to be, but western areas in particular are going to see a lot of those showers and potentially some quite heavy thundery showers along with those strong blustery winds. Now winds on Saturday. Where are we? Here we go. Winds on Saturday are certainly going to be picking up. It is going to be a breezy day, but it's really later Saturday through into Sunday. There is a risk around coastal areas of Northern Ireland as that system continues to push its way through western parts of Scotland, through the Irish Sea, Isle of Man. Any exposed coastal areas could start to see some isolated gale force winds. So it's going to be breezy, it's going to be wet over the weekend, and we could also see a few isolated spots really picking up the strongest of the winds. How about temperatures then? Obviously we've had 4 heat waves this summer. It looks like it's going to be the warmest summer on record. We can confirm that on Monday when our full summer stats are out. But temperatures as we head through into the next couple of weeks, well, they look to be around about average. Obviously not getting quite as warm under the cloud, under the rain where we see it. But in any brighter interludes, we may just, continue to see some warm spells if the wind's not too strong. But here are temperatures across northern areas at the top and southern areas in the bottom. And basically, the smaller these boxes are, the more our models agree what the temperatures are going to be. And as we head further into the period, the size of the box tends to increase. So there's more spread in the models, more spread in what the potential highest temperatures could be. These solid red lines, these are average for the time of year. So we can see most of the boxes, the kind of middle part of the boxes, are around about where that line is. So over the next couple of weeks, temperatures are probably going to be looking around about average for the time of year. No real signs of high pressure or another heat wave on its way. Meteorological summer also coming to an end. So there's you can argue that it is going to feel like summer has finished. And speaking of the summer just gone, obviously we've recently released some of our provisional stats for summer, and it does look like it's almost certain now that this is going to be the warmest summer on record. And it also means that the top 5 warmest summers will all have occurred since the year 2000. Not only this, but the summer that we tend to refer to a lot, 1976, at the time was quite an outlier, quite a memorable summer for many. That's now not in the top 5 spots. So now actually it's more recent summers that we're starting to see average temperatures a lot warmer than average, with 2025 looking likely to take the top spot. So full stats are going to be out Monday if you want a few more details there. So is summer over? I suppose some might interpret it as it has been, but nevertheless, even if we do see a change to more unsettled conditions, there should be some brighter spells in between. So hopefully it's not going to be a total washout if you do have any plans as we head into next week.
Thanks, Anna. Really helpful. Interesting what you mentioned about 1976, because yes, lots of people still throw that year around, and it was a remarkable year, but we've mentioned this before, a couple of things about 1976. At the time, it was even more remarkable. If 1976 happened now, yes, it would have been a hot summer, but it wouldn't have stood out as much as it did back in the 70s. Also, it was how hot it was that was quite remarkable, but it did have cooler spells in 1976, whereas this year we really haven't. I've mentioned it before.
Warm.
I can't remember if it was a live or a deep dive, but if you look at our pattern in temperatures through this summer, we've had only a few days of 1 or 2 degrees below average. The rest have been around or significantly above average, and I think that's why when you look at the summer as a whole and you take the average, the mean temperature, that's why this one's coming out on whole, because even when it hasn't been hot, it's been very warm.
Yeah.
So that's why it stands out, whereas previous years have had hot spells and cooler spells.
Yeah.
So that's why
exactly.
the average is quite important. It
Yeah.
doesn't always tell the story. With regards to this weekend's weather, the low that's coming in tonight into tomorrow, is that ex-Fernand?
I think we had a bit of influence from Fernand, didn't we, as it kind of came over, but now it's... Oh, although is that the one that's just gone, and then this one's... I'm not actually sure.
So
I think we had...
I think Fernand kind of got entrained into the low pressure.
Yeah.
It's a separate feature of sorts that's been fed into by Fernand. So it's the remnants of it are there somewhere, but it's not as clear cut, such that if we had to name it, we're not going to.
No.
And I'm pretty sure our colleagues over at Met Éireann in the Irish Met Service, they're not going to either, so we don't need to worry. But I'm pretty sure if we did, we would be giving it a new name rather than adopting Fernand, because it's been so heavily modified. It's not the same low as such.
Yeah, we had something similar with Erin, didn't we? That a low pressure kind of stuck towards the west for a while, but people were asking if it was still Erin, and we were saying it kind of is, but really it isn't, because it's been so modified by this point. It's a totally different feature. So I guess it's the kind of similar kind of situation here.
Yeah. So more questions coming in. Thanks for all the questions. Keep them coming. So Wild Limited has asked, is it going to be wet for the Star Trek convention in Blackpool this weekend?
Oh, a Star Trek convention. That sounds fun. In Blackpool this weekend?
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Well, I mean, we've already seen... Why do I always have a problem with this? We've already seen that we've got that frontal system moving through.
Oh, wait, don't press that second button down. There we go.
Every time, when we're not live, I never have an issue. As soon as we go live, I totally forget what the buttons do.
So when you have no proof that you know what you're doing, you know what you're
It's
doing.
not as scary as when Aidan sat there and I can see his eye twitching because I've not pressed the right button. But anyway, let's drag this back, because I think in Blackpool, it depends what time it starts really, because as I say, during the early hours of the morning, it's probably going to feel fairly nice. It's probably going to feel quite fresh, but there'll probably be some sunshine around. But what you'll notice, particularly in Blackpool, through the course of the day, it will start to turn a bit cloudier. The skies will start to get a little bit darker. And from this model run, it looks like around 1, 2 p.m, we'll start to get those outbreaks of rain. You'll probably notice the winds start to pick up as we head through the course of the morning as well. So through the bulk of the afternoon, I'm afraid it does look like it's going to be quite wet. So go early in the morning. I don't know what time it starts. If it's outside, head on early. I don't know if there's queues for those kind of things. Maybe get there early. But I mean, if it's inside, I'm assuming it's outside if they're asking about it. I don't really know.
Imagine it's inside. Usually conventions like that are. But you're right, you may need to queue when you get there.
Yeah.
And there could be bits of it outside.
Yeah, if there's an after party, well, it should be mostly dry after that. Might still be a bit breezy. But yeah, through the bulk of the day, I'm afraid it's going to be quite wet.
And it's going to be windy.
Wet and windy.
And so you may need to cling on.
Oh.
Get it?
That was really good. Thanks. I like that. I thought you were talking about like if they were getting dressed up in a costume. That was good.
Yeah.
Well done.
I'm here all week.
Well done,
I'm
sir.
not here all week. I'm logging off soon. But right, let's look abroad.
Okay.
Someone's, I can't remember who it was. Someone sent in a question asking about Naples. It was... Well, I've lost them, but they were there somewhere.
Are they on the way to Naples? Because it looks okay. It did look okay in there, but now it looks like they're going to be catching some of the heavy showers.
Yes.
Have you lost the question?
Yeah, I've lost the question, but yeah,
Naples is around here somewhere, isn't it?
it is.
Not 100%
Do
sure.
you only have you've got no rain there? I think you're on the UK format.
Oh, I've got to go on. Oh, I
'Cause
see.
I think there's a lot more rain than that over Naples.
I thought it was because I hadn't
You're about to say, oh, it's
forward.
lovely and dry. Look at this. Whereas it turns out it's really heavy thundery
Yes, here we
rain.
go. Here we go. I was just testing you, Alex. Of course, I knew
I'm
what
paying
button it was.
attention.
Yes. So, okay, so they're starting to catch the heavy showers because obviously we've got quite unsettled weather at the moment across parts of Europe. Similar to here, really, where it's turning quite unsettled. Storm Augustine, I'm not quite sure how you say it, has been named across the Alpine area, because it's really producing these quite heavy and intense, quite severe thunderstorms, quite large hail, frequent lightning, once again quite strong gusty winds. I know when I did a global forecast earlier in the week, it actually looked like Naples was starting off quite dry and settled, but through the coming days, they too are picking up those heavy showers as they start to drift their way southwards. Oh, don't look. So here we go. So you can see already, I mean, this is our global model, so it might not be quite as intense as this, but there's certainly a risk of heavy showers on the cards on Friday. If we drag, I'm going to play it through so I'm not stood in front of it. But yeah, we can see some of these showers moving across Italy, really. We can see them all across central parts of Europe just drifting their way down. So still even later Friday, there's an indication there that there's going to be some showers all through Saturday. And then perhaps a slight improvement. It looks like we've got high pressure just building around central areas of the Med. So maybe Sunday is a slightly better day. Not sure how long you're going to be there for. So heavy showers Friday, Saturday, perhaps something a little bit more settled. Let's see if this rain's going to eventually drift south. So yeah, then perhaps something a bit wetter as we head into Tuesday. So Sunday, Monday don't look half bad actually, with high pressure starting to build. But yeah, if you're there now, you're going to start to catch some of those heavy showers drifting in. But yeah, an improvement on Sunday, Monday. So there we go.
Okay, another question has come in talking about why. Oh, so that was Michael Bubb who sent in that question about the Naples
Okay,
and thunderstorms in
there you
Naples.
go, Michael.
Yeah. So Donology has asked, with the forecasted rainfall and westerly winds towards the end of this, will we see high pressure again? Will we see another blast of heat?
Well, I've just been looking at what the kind of weather looks like over the next couple of weeks, and it doesn't really look like there's any kind of, I've not really got much to show. I suppose we do have our kind of further out, here we go. So we've got this. So this is kind of indicating whether we've got high or low pressure. But the only thing with this at this time of year, it's not super helpful. It's not very reliable, because this, of course, is indicating that perhaps high pressure from the yellows, orange and red colours is pushing in as we head into the beginning of September. Low pressure's kind of drifting away, but actually it's quite a good signal, really, that we're going to be continuing with those westerly winds. So it's certainly going to be changeable, I think, over the next couple of weeks. We'll probably see the classic where we see the bulk of the rain pushing into the far northwest, perhaps a little drier across parts of the south and southeast. And with this kind of Atlantic mobility, we tend to get frontal systems move through, and then we'll see ridges of high pressure. Even next week, I mean, it's still very uncertain at this point. There's quite a lot of model uncertainty around Wednesday next week. The bulk of models are actually showing low pressure, largely dominating once again on Wednesday, some further unsettled spell of weather. But the European model actually indicates a slight ridge just before any low pressure moves through. So there might be some brighter spells here, and that's quite a good example of what we're probably set to see over the next couple of weeks. So changeable, unsettled. It's likely we'll start to see that northwest-southeast split, but any indications of high pressure or a heat wave, it doesn't look likely at the moment.
Right. Do you think you should come back for a quiz?
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go to the quiz.
Right, so as I mentioned at the start, I do have my hairdryer here in case you get any questions wrong, so be careful. And just, it's not plugged in.
Oh,
So you're safe. You're
who
safe.
unplugged that just before the live?
But this week's theme is about the summer just gone. So June, July and August across the world, not just the UK. In
Okay.
fact, I do mention the UK, so it's okay. At least the first 3 questions are, and then I get a little distracted towards the end. So,
Okay.
question 1. On the 17th of July this year, 6 courtrooms at the Old Bailey were disrupted due to what?
17th of July.
Yeah, do you remember it? What was the weather doing? Was it?
I was in Canada.
Okay. Was it due to the heat? Was it due to heavy rain, smoke, or lightning damage?
And it was 7 different courtrooms.
6.
Oh,
That's fine. 6, 7. So 6 courtrooms at the Old Bailey were disrupted, but why? The heat, the rain, smoke, or lightning damage?
that's not fair. I wasn't in the country. But I know it was hot when I left. And then I don't really know what the weather was doing, so I was looking at all the Canadian weather. I'm putting this, I'm not messaging you, I'm messaging someone else. That's not helpful.
That's not helpful at all.
I feel like I want to go for heat because... yeah.
You put your answer in.
Because for it to affect 6, it needs to be something a bit more widespread, right?
Yeah.
That's my thinking.
Widespread than a lightning strike. Sure, why not? Most people have gone with heat.
Okay.
Almost 60%. So we'll see how you get on. So, question 2.
Okay.
Now, if you watch my deep dives, then you'll know the answer to this. A rise in sea surface temperatures around the UK has led to an increase in numbers of what? So, a rise in numbers of A, octopuses, B, starfish, C, turtles, or D, cod.
Oh, okay.
So,
It must have just been the one deep dive I didn't watch, because I watched all the others.
one of these species has seen an increase in numbers. The others have either had little impact or have actually decreased because of the rise in temperatures.
So
of the
someone
oceans
likes
around
the
UK.
warm temperatures.
Yeah.
Who is it?
A, octopuses, B, starfish, C, turtles, or D, cod.
I don't know. I might just have to guess. That's an interesting fact, though.
It is.
And I know what the answer is.
Wait, what? You know what the answer is?
No, when you tell me what the
Oh.
answer is, I've got an interesting fact.
So I think, so someone's asked whether or not the plural of octopuses or octopus is octopuses, and I'm pretty sure it is. I think octopodes is okay. I think octopi is wrong. So Lily Hopkins, thanks for your comment, but I'm pretty sure octopuses is right.
Octopose?
Octopodes.
Oh, podes.
Yeah. I
Okay.
don't know why that, but someone mentioned that. That's a little clue to the answer because someone mentioned that in my deep dive.
Well, luckily I've already sent my answer in.
You had already sent your answer in. So I said octopuses at the time, but I wasn't 100% sure. And someone commented saying, yeah, either octopuses or octopodes, I'm pretty sure.
Octopodes.
I based that on a kids' TV show that I watched when I was a kid, which told me that it was octopuses, not octopi. I didn't double check that was right.
Learning so much
you
about
sent-
octopus
There we
today.
go. We are. This is an octopus special. Well done. Thanks for sending in your answer. Oh, let's see. Most people have gone with octopuses.
Okay.
So
We've banded together.
even before I told you that was the answer. So 3. Which of the following countries did not break a national temperature record during this summer? It could be either an all-time temperature record or a monthly temperature record. So either Japan, Turkey, Portugal, or Austria.
I think
We've looked
Turkey
global.
did, and I think Japan did. What were the other two, sorry?
Portugal and Austria.
Portugal and Austria. Oh.
Now, it doesn't need to be a whole all-time. It could be a monthly record.
Okay. It's been pretty hot in both of those areas. Okay.
Show you're working.
I don't know. I know Japan and
Oh, wait.
Turkey did.
Slim Handles said that octopodes are something else.
Oh,
So,
what are they?
not,
Google it.
yeah.
I feel like
Oh, no,
Portugal
octopodes
probably
is
did.
the plural of octopus.
Maybe it's something else. Anyway, I think that it's been pretty hot in Europe, so I think I'm going to go for Austria. I mean, around Portugal and France. So I feel like they must have set some kind of record. So I'm going for Austria.
Great.
Are you still
let's see.
Googling?
Me, I was still Googling octopodes and octopuses, but yeah, no, I was right. Octopodes, octopuses is fine, octopi is not. And then, the polls disappeared. But I think most people agreed with you and went with Austria. So
Okay.
you're doing quite well in this quiz.
Am I?
Yeah.
I might not get blasted by the hairdryer.
No.
I can't anyway.
No, you can't.
Hit me
'cause
over the head
you
with
beat
it.
me to it and unplugged it. Okay. Morsinran in India. This is where I got distracted and
Okay.
moved away from. I was trying to find a question, but Morsinran in India, as you well know, holds the title for the wettest place in the world.
Right.
Its average rainfall in a year, I don't think I put that in the question, but its average annual rainfall is equivalent to the height of how many giraffes?
We've gone from octopus to giraffe.
Yeah, it's a wild. Maybe I should have made it a wildlife special. A1, B2, C3, or D4. So think about how
big's a
much
giraffe?
rain falls in Morsinran in India each year, and then think of how many giraffes that's equal to.
Did you think of this question, or have you seen this question online?
It came up. When I was searching and just finding something,
okay.
it said Morsinran in India holds the title of wettest place, which is the equivalent to so many giraffes. I was like, thanks. Adult giraffes, so not kids. We're talking the big guys.
Okay.
I have another interesting fact about giraffes whilst you're thinking. So humans have 7 vertebrae in their neck.
Yeah.
Now, how many vertebrae do you think a giraffe has? This is a bonus point. You will get a point if you get this right.
So we have
We have 7.
7.
How many do you think a giraffe has?
Is it a lot more?
Oh, give me your
I
answer.
don't know. Is it a lot? I don't want to say anything ridiculous. 50.
That's
20.
7.
Oh.
They have the same number.
Oh,
Isn't that
okay.
mind-blowing? They have the same number. I'm
Oh.
pretty sure it's 7.
Interesting.
I probably should have checked that before I came up with that fact. But
Okay,
I'm pretty
I
sure
have no idea, so I'm just going to say 3. Was that an option?
it was an option. Yeah, well done.
Boom.
But yeah, giraffes have the same number of vertebrae as humans.
That is interesting.
That is isn't it? But there's a huge. They're like this big.
Oh, okay.
So,
they've
yeah,
got
whereas
some
ours are
that
like that big,
Okay.
give or take. A couple of.
I'm learning a
centimetres,
lot
whatever.
about wildlife.
Yeah,
Very
this
little about
wildlife
weather
special.
through this quiz.
Thank you for sending in your answer for question 4. I can't see the poll, but many people, I think, are getting it right or wrong. And then,
Okay.
cool, great. I think the poll should now be appearing. Apologies that it disappeared.
Okay.
Then,
So
final
final
question, question
Jinx.
5. We've had 10 storm naming seasons. So we started, the first storm naming season that we had was in 2015 to 16. So we've now
Yep.
had 10. But how many named storms do we get on average each year?
Oh, average.
Yeah. So is it 4, 6, 8, or 10?
On average. 4.
So where are we at now? We've had Florist was the last one. So we
yeah.
had 6. Is that 6? Yeah.
Yeah.
6.
But then before
So was
we
this
had...
a below or above or below or average year or above average? Where are we at?
We had a lot more last year, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah. So that would even out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to think the years gone by.
Years gone by. The
Oh,
first
yeah,
year was
that's a
very
tough one.
stormy. I remember that year we
Yeah?
had lots of storms.
Ah,
So
I'm
4,
torn between
6.
4 or 6.
8 or 10. They're the 4 options.
I don't think it's 8 or 10. I always try to look at you to see if you're going to give me a hint, and you never do.
So we've had 6 this year.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, just to throw in, this includes.
Oh, but we had more.
This includes storms that are named by other parties that we adopt their name of. So like Storm Alex. Many
Okay.
years ago, when I think it was named by the French first, but we named it would have been named by us anyway. So yeah, so take that into
Oh,
account.
now I'm thinking, is it 6 or 8 then?
Let's see if the poll's working.
Oh, it's just stressful.
Yes, it is.
Maybe I'm gonna go 8. I've done it now.
Most people are saying 6 or 8. So yeah, that seems to be the general
it's
vibe.
just
I think they've just gone down the middle though. So we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. I've
right.
done it.
You've done
I've locked
very,
my
very
answers
well.
in.
You've done very well. Right, let's go through the questions. Yeah, not 100% because
Damn it.
on 17th of July this year, 6 courtrooms at the Old Bailey were disrupted due to, you said the heat, it was actually due to heavy rain.
Well,
So some of them
if I was in the
flooded.
country, I might have known.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
interesting, though. There was so many.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but I guess
Okay.
flood or like, yeah. I'm assuming, I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was maybe intense thunderstorms that came through.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. Right, 2. A rise in sea surface temperatures around the UK has led to an increase in number of...
Octopus?
Yes.
Octopods? I don't know.
Yeah, octopuses, octopus. Yeah, has led to an increase. It's actually had a negative impact on cod, and that's then having an impact on people who fish cod for a living.
Yeah.
They're having to change the fish that they're looking for, to be honest, the species that they're fishing for, because there just isn't as much cod available. They're shifting further north. So it's having some benefits for some species and it's having negative impacts.
So is it the
for
number
others.
of octopus have gone up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So some of them, more of them are able to live now around the British Isles, around the UK seas. Great.
Okay.
Question 3. So you got that one right. Well done. Question 3.
Whoop.
Which of the following countries did not break a national temperature record during the summer of 2025? And you're right, Japan did. They reached 41.8 in early August, and that was their new all-time temperature record, which exceeded their previous all-time record, which was set just a week earlier when they reached 41.2. Turkey had an all-time record of 50.5 at the end of July. Portugal had a new June record of 46.6. Their all-time record is 47.3, so not even that far off it. What's that? 0.7 of a degree off the all-time record, so really close.
Oh, wow, okay.
But you're right, Austria didn't break a monthly record this year. Their all-time record is 40.5. Now, Masinran in India holds the title for the wettest place in the world. Its average rainfall is just under 12 meters.
I don't know how tall a giraffe is. Is that common knowledge?
No, not really. I'd say an adult giraffe's around 5 to 6 meters.
Okay.
So the answer I was looking for is 2.
Oh.
But, I mean, you can get adult giraffes that are around 4-ish meters tall.
Yeah.
So I will give you half a point for saying 3.
Yay!
Because it depends on what you're looking at, you know, like, It was, I think you're pushing it. You'd have to get 2 quite tall giraffes in order for it to just be the 2.
It's probably like 2.5.
2 and a bit. So I will give you half a point for 3.
Woo!
So if you said 3, then give yourself half a point. And then question 5, we've had 10 storm naming seasons, but how many storms do we get each year on average? The answer is 8.
Yes!
We've had 81 named storms so far, and so including ones that have been named by other parties that we've adopted the name for. We've had 81, Flores was the 81st. So well done if you said 8.
So I got 3.5.
3.5 out
I'm
of
starting
5.
to average at 3 now. That's like my number that I get in the quiz.
3.5. So well done. How did you do at home? Did you beat Honor? Did you do worse than Honor?
Who got 5?
Right. So your dad only got 1.5 out of 4.
Shocking.
I don't know what he got out of 5. He's not sent his last answer in. Gordon got 3 out of 5. So well done.
All 4
Alex
out of 5.
B got 2 out of 5. That's not me.
Oh.
Is it me?
Did you just take your own quiz?
And Paul Skilling got 3 after a bad start.
Philip Russell.
Yeah.
Beat me.
Most people getting similar score to you. Some a little bit more, some a little bit less. So well done. Well.
Can't see any 5s.
No, I can't see any 5s.
I think the giraffe one threw people off.
Yeah, it's a good one though. Yeah. I'm going to go down a wildlife. Oh, that could be your quiz theme in 2 weeks' time.
Yes, I finally get to redo the quiz. I don't know if you've noticed, but I always seem to be sat on this side.
Yeah, you have been
because I've just
recently.
been on too many holidays, you know.
Oh, woe is you.
So yes, not next week, the week after, I get to sit this side. And it's got to be a good quiz. I feel like my comeback's got to be a good one. So I hope you're excited.
I am excited. I'm really looking forward to it. Your quizzes are always really good. So the last question of that quiz was talking about storm naming, and actually we release the names for the next storm season this coming Monday, the 1st of September. It's the new season. We've already discussed it briefly that I'm not sure it should be the 1st of September, but it is. And so the names will be launched on Monday. Are you excited? Are you hoping that your name appears? But before we get to the actual list of names, the next edition of Climate Conversations comes out this Monday. It's a shortened version where Claire is talking about how climate has impacted the number of storms and their intensity across the UK. Here's a little sneak peek.
Recent years have delivered some memorable storms to the UK. The 2023-24 storm season saw 12 named storms, from Storm Babette's flooding in October through to a succession of systems, including Kieran, Debbie and the powerful Storm Isha in January 2024, which prompted a red weather warning. Storm Dara in 2024 brought unusual northwesterly winds that toppled trees across the country, while Storm Bert delivered the devastating combination of heavy rain, strong winds and snow to North Wales. But when we look at the data, what patterns emerge? To understand if and how climate change is affecting UK storms, we need to examine 4 key elements: wind, rain, storm frequency and storm track.
Yeah, that video comes out on Monday, and in it Claire catches up with Mark McCarthy, one of our climate scientists, a scientific manager here at the Met Office, and they delve into how storms are changing as a result of our changing climate. Now, you and I, we've been lucky enough to see the names for the next storm season, so we know whether there's going to be a Storm Honor or a Storm Alex or not. And we had quite a lot of fun with Alex Deacon. He sat us down individually.
He loved the power, didn't he?
He
had the knowledge. He knew we wanted it.
He knew we wanted to know.
Yeah.
Now, we managed to capture our reactions to being given the information about the names on the storm list for next season, and we're going to be releasing a video next week as well. Oh no, actually the video is going out tomorrow showing the full reactions. Ooh. But here's a little clip of that.
The storm names are out.
I'm excited.
Let me enlighten you.
Oh my goodness.
I'm really excited. I love the storm names.
Is that a boy or a girl?
Oh, okay.
It's a good solid start,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Eddie,
Oh, I
which
like
also
that.
has,
Okay.
which I think is a good name.
With a
as well.
K or a C?
C.
That's my middle name.
Ooh.
Exotic.
Next door neighbour's tortoise that went missing. We'll say it's named after her.
Tortoise chat. We'll edit this bit out. Girl's name.
Come on.
2 vowels.
Yeah.
N in the middle.
I'm very disappointed with that.
Same forwards and backwards.
Palindromic. Yes.
Yeah.
Girl's name.
Lady. That's the first thing that came to my head.
Old school name.
Yep, that full video will go out on our social media channels tomorrow, so do watch that because we did have a lot of fun finding out the names of the new storms, and the full list will go out on Monday, so you'll be able to check to see if maybe your favourite aunt or least favourite aunt will have a storm. Right, Anna, I think that's us almost done.
Yes.
What are you up to this weekend?
Oh, this weekend. Well, the weather doesn't look great, does it?
not
So
great.
probably doing something inside.
Okay, are you going to be watching the Dutch Grand Prix? Formula
Oh,
One?
how could I forget? I never
Yeah.
miss it every time it's on.
Okay, great. Looking forward to it. I'll be chatting with you on Monday to see if things have
Thank
gone
God you're not doing the next quiz. I feel like you wrote that one in. But no. But also next week I am on Deep Dive, and we're going to be talking about the storms just gone. So we'll have the new storm names on Monday, and then I'm going to be taking a look back with Holly Clements around the storm names just gone. So keep an eye out for that one as well.
Lovely. And are you back for the live next week?
No.
No. It must be
It's
Alex
not
and Aidan.
me, yes.
Oh, it's not you. It's not me.
Yeah, sorry to disappoint you guys. It's not us. Yeah.
Yeah, no. But in 2 weeks' time we're back. Yeah, I'm not here next week because it's my son's first day at school.
Oh.
I know, my little boy's growing up. So.
Do you think you'll cry?
Oh, I don't know.
Take some tissues.
Take some
just in
tissues,
case.
yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
I might, actually. He
Yeah.
looks so grown up. He got his hair cut yesterday and he looks so grown up.
Oh.
Right, thank you so much for watching. Do keep your questions coming in, especially if you're not watching this live. We do read the questions and we look at them again later, and Alex and Aidan can answer some of them next week. Like Anna mentioned, she's back on Tuesday with next week's Deep Dive, so she'll be looking at the storm names, which get released on Monday. Yes, there's some wet and windy weather coming through this weekend. Do stay up to date with the forecast, because if it looks like it's going to get any more intense, then we may need to issue some warnings. Don't have any at the moment, but we may need to issue some, because it is going to be pretty wet and windy, especially for the last weekend of meteorological summer. But thanks again so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.
Bye.